Hey, you guys. Hey, Atlanta. Hey, New Jersey. Hey, everybody around the world. Healthy habits is a good thing. Today is rest day. And so, how's your Friday going? It's a wonderful day. My name is Robin Whitfield. I'm proud partners of the Community Food Bank of New Jersey, and today is rest day. The business is. Oh boy, we're so grateful to be able to take a break. And so I went out to took care of some business, but one thing I had to say is healthy habits is very important. Doctor visits and all those important things for you and your family is very important, but it's nothing like to be able to have something that you can grab and then just lay down and chill for the rest of the evening, because it really helps your health so much. I feel so much better by exercising and doing those things, but you got to have good, healthy grab foods. And this isn't it, a cracker. So I'm eating some crackers, a couple of crackers. And, but I'm doing very well with the meat, and I'm so grateful for that. Sometimes you got to cut it down to maybe once a week or something like that, and kind of stick with the vegan as much as you can, or vegetarian as much as you can. I did pretty good with it. So this week and last week too. So I'm working on it, but it's not easy when your body is trained to say, "Hey, where's the chicken? Where is the lamb?" and all that. So one thing I'm grateful for, to be able to get out in the community and join a gym and exercise. So I got out to the gym like 4 times this week, which was really good, and I didn't stress over it. I didn't want to come on and do the thing on the challenge and trying to do the fit on and all that, because I did that before. I don't want to, I did that day 1, day 2. I took y'all through to day 5 to get back in the routine of it and lower some of the stress, from the social media stress and all that. The YouTube shorts are wonderful. You don't have to hit the live button, because I got to get with that. I got to see really how to do the lives on the platform. But doing the shorts is great practice. I'm enjoying it for when it's time for me to be able to sign on to Hulu, because you wouldn't believe it's a lot going on. Every time when I'm ready to do the Hulu and the advertisement, it's always something that I got to stop and take care of, or hey, you got a doctor's appointment today. Okay. But when you're building up your energy and you have plan, purpose, power, and strength, it'll catch up. If you are doing a business, and it's a lot of different ways you can run nonprofit and do business and all that kinds of fundraisers. People are doing so much around the world with trying to raise money for their business and all those wonderful things. You know what? I don't know who all these Tyler Perrys are, but there's a lot of Tyler Perrys asking for friend requests. Sometimes I don't, we already know the real Tyler Perry thing. But why make those Tyler Perry profiles when you know that it's not Tyler Perry asking for a friend request? And it's not just on Friday; it's all the time. I got 100 Tyler Perrys on the page. I do, and they be asking for friend requests, and I'm like, Dad. But anyway, it's wonderful, to be able to come on and practice those things, when you have a business and you know that you're just going to do 3 things that day for the business, and the rest for you and God and healthy habits. By the end of the week, even on Sunday, if you're doing 3 things for the business, because some people work on Sundays, overtime and all, because why? They got kids to feed. They got mouths to feed. The hospitals won't run if you ain't working on a Sunday. Period. That's real life. So if you're working on a Sunday, that's a business. And you got to get out to your your job or whatever. You're taking care of business. Then guess what? Three things, and then self-care is the rest of the time for you and God. The rest of the day, you and God, self-care. Because why? You got to do fix food. You got to take care of your family. You got to go to the doctors. You got to schedule things. But look how much you got done if you did three things in one day. By the end of the week, you did 21 things for your business. 21. And it's been working very grateful. And it's only two of us. So I'm showing you what works for me and what works for Pastor. And it'll catch up. It's going to catch up, It'll give you time to not be stressed and all that kind of stuff, because look what happens. Stuff come up and you got to stop. And for people that's working, it's hard to stop. You miss a lot of emails. You miss a lot of mail coming in, all that stuff. And then you saying, dag, I could have took care of that week. And then sometimes you got to let stuff go. And it's very important things that you got to tackle at that time. You got to send an email. And if you don't keep a calendar and get those things done, it'll never get done. And you miss something important. How many times that happened to me in life? I'm telling you, in life, that's some things. And then when God wakes you up and now you could see and you could do things, you'll get the job done. Because you're not working every day, you're not going out, and you're getting up early and you're getting some stuff done. But no matter what, even if you're not working, you full-time on your business, you still have to do self-care. And it adds up. You getting up early, you got a baby, you starting your business, and now it's up and running in your community around the world. I see a lot of college students here in Atlantic City and a lot of college students out there in Buckhead, Atlanta. A lot of stuff going on the news, Action News, Fox News 5, Fox 29 over there in Philly, and all the writers on AXIOS and the press of Atlantic City. Everybody is working around here. Everybody get up and do it. Just because you retire, it's grateful to have something to do in your retirement when you stop working. If it ain't the community food bank, maybe it's the Atlanta Community Food Bank, or maybe it's Feeding America and all those wonderful things, You got to tackle those things as well as get to your doctor visits. It's a lot of people you look around next to you or that you call, you just finished speaking to them a few minutes ago. Right now, around the world, people are dying. They're dying right here in our community. You say, hey, man, I was in the hospital last week. We didn't know that. Okay, yeah, but such and such died. It's happening right here, around here. That's why healthy habits is so important. You cannot run anything if you don't make it to your doctor visits and keep your eye on yourself and your family. Your health insurances is so important. I don't care what business you run. You look around at, okay, I'm grabbing this cracker or I'm grabbing that juice over there. And tomorrow you out trying to go to work and not feeling well. Why? Because your stomach is inflamed. You got indigestion and all that from all the fast foods and McDonald's and all those things that you're going to, and not being able to sit down and cook because, you rushing out doing a crock pot and all that. And it's a lot. That's what we went through for months. We had to eat certain ways in the community. The food is high. You're going to your local grocery stores and all that, and the diets that you on, that you usually eat with, you can't find them. Either the shelves are empty or they're too high. And people are working from paycheck to paycheck, trying to feed. Listen, you can make $100 an hour. That doesn't mean food is going to change. Because you can make $100. Even the rich man is going in and say $10 for a bag of a loaf of bread. So those things are happening, and it's not just here. Look at the news. It's in Atlanta. It's in Texas. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Food is high, and they have insecurities around the world. Right there in Buckhead, food is high. Right now, if you go to Publix or Kroger's and you walk in there, there's high food. So it's not just on this side of town. If I get on a plane and ride to Buckhead and fly to Buckhead and walk in the store, it's just that we have been so fortunate to get through the airport and be able to bring some meal preps. And I'm so grateful for these vegan meal preps that's going on, the healthy choice, not the healthy choices, nutritional health that we order instead of the regular meal preps that you get over the counter with your benefit cards. But the vegan, because you could add to it, but at least it's not a bunch of meat all the time, and it keeps us going so we can do distributions in our community. We got one coming up, you guys, so we got to get ready for those things. And so, you got to get rest. Rest is important. My daughter was just telling me, she said, I lost 12 pounds. I said, wonderful, Rochelle. Through all that you're going through, your studies, and, she has a graduation coming up, commencement that's going to be live on all the platforms on May the 11th. You'll hear me coming on talking about it because it most definitely going to be live on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook on this platform, Rochelle Ceremony and Commencement with Western University. And you'll see them right there on the platform, Western University, and all the colleges is having great things. Stockton University, you got Mercer County Community College, all the students graduating around the world, Georgia State, the HBCU, CU universities all around the world. They're graduating. Morehouse and all those are coming up. And I'm proud to say that, Rochelle made it, because when you go through a lot in life, you can be 40 years old. They need to be a hand clap to get through school, because all hell breaks loose. Even in high school, in 12th grade, when you about to leave, everything happened. My mother just died. My brother just died. I don't have no money. I don't have shoes to wear to the graduation. I just lost my paperwork. My teacher is suspending me. All that kind of stuff. And it ain't nothing but the devil and the enemy stopping people from graduating. And think, mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers around the world, think, was it hard to get through high school? And now it's graduating. Did you have a problem getting through high school, or was it easy? And I'm going to tell you, Spanish, Mexicans, it can be Italians, it can be whoever, diverse people have it hard getting through high school and trying to get to their last class to get through. I commend Rochelle, because through all she went through, she stayed home and took that course for 2 years, through every stop she went through Georgia, all the stops. Y'all know what I'm talking about right here in this community. It's hard to do a self-paced course. It really is. Going through stuff on social media and all. I'm so proud of her. I really am. And so, yes, it's going to be live May the 11th, and you'll hear me coming on talking about it. After May the 11th, I know she's moving on with her career and moving on for her master's and going for her PhD. I'm commending you. Never stop learning, because you can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. Gotta say, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And that's what you got to say, college students. You could do it. You could get through college, and you can do those things. Did I graduate? Yes. I graduated and got my RN nursing license, and now I'm running my own business. And will I be giving out food in the community forever? No, I know I won't. There's other things that God will allow us to do to move on at the age of 60. But I'm so grateful to be able to be home and do it here in Atlantic City, and be able to travel to a Buckhead, Atlanta, and look at those little small things. New beginnings start with small businesses. You might don't know nothing about your business. 90% of us don't even know how to start the business. But if you hang in there and take one day at a time, you're going to learn your business, and you're going to keep going, and nobody is going to take away from what God has gave you. They can't do it, because if God will stop and the door closed in one way, there's another door going to open up. Will you be stressed over it? Sure. Sure, you're going to be stressed. You know, I don't know where I never was stressed coming on live and doing this. But there's one day God will ease the burden. Never give up. Just keep going. And God is going to ease it in your community. And you look around, you'll be grateful and appreciative of the small things that God brought you through because you knew you couldn't pay for it. I don't care if you have $1 million. You can't pay for the gift that God gives to you because it's already paid for. And I come on and talk about like that because I know what people are going through around the world. I've been there. I just was watching the news earlier about Emory Hospital. I was right down the street from that in DeKalb County. I lived down the street from Emory Hospital. When I went to Georgia, I had to do some things with my family right there at Emory Hospital. And to see all that chaos going on in front of the hospital and people are pinned down to the ground and all that kind of stuff is unbelievable. My husband was in that hospital right there at Emory Hospital and had to have surgery in there. And I made sure that I didn't go to nobody's job. I stayed on the side and slept on a cot to make sure that things was run right there in December of 2019. And to look at what they're doing in the community there at Emory Hospital to people and going on, it's unbelievable. The police officers out there doing that today. And if you see it on Fox News, you'll see it. Emory is a great hospital. They have wonderful college students. They have their own college that you can go to, the nurses around the world. They got their own finance program there. If you need to finance to go to school and become a registered nurse there at Emory Hospital, they got it going on. But to have those students in front of that school and all that chaos is going on is unbelievable. There was a nurse helped my daughter there and helped my family and made sure we were secure because when we got there, we didn't have our health insurance. We was coming from New Jersey and we didn't have Georgia insurance, but we were stuck there. And we went to that hospital. I wrote a report for that nurse and gave it to her manager and told how good of a job she did to get some insurance and get the coverage we need for my family to get help. And to see that on the news today was just nerve-wracking. You know, so that's why I came home that way, because I was there in the midst of all that. And then when I arrived in New Jersey, that's how I was. I'm not like that now. I'm a changed person, but I was really wound up coming out of Atlanta back to New Jersey here in Atlantic City. And I changed for the better. And yes, I'm going back because, you know, to live there and see that, how could you forget something like that? You can't forget that experience because it's different here in Atlantic City, what's going on here, but it's different on that side as well. It really is. And you can't forget those things. You really can't. You know, it changes your whole life around. Your whole life. And that's why you see me on social media. I've been on here a long time. And a shout out to my aunt, Henrietta Richardson. You know, she's been sticking in with us so much here on social media. She remind me of my mom. And my daughter told me today that she's moving. It's something you don't see all that because there's so much going on. You just be hitting people, but you don't know what's going on in their house. You know, so she said, you know, Henrietta sold her house. She's moving out of that house. Well, congratulations, Henrietta. I didn't even know you were moving. You know, the only thing I know of is that you've been there a mighty long time. And thank you for being my support all these years, even when my mother passed away on social media. You know, I couldn't have done this without your support. I couldn't have been myself. You know, to be able to come on and say we are the Healing House, a Life Center church, and be able to be me to do it. I don't think I could have got through this not being me. And knowing that, you know, people criticize you. you know, and for being yourself on social media. She ain't no first lady. It ain't just happening here on no in this area. It happens all around the world. I didn't say I was a first lady. I said I'm an ambassador for Jesus Christ, and He allows me to be myself all around the world. Why? We're special. This is an authentic church, you know, and it's different. And it was hard coming on this side of town for people to accept that. What are y'all doing? Running a church out of this area? But God saw fit and flipped it. And I thank God for that, because He keeps His promises. You know, what if I'd have said, no, God, I'm not doing that. I don't want people to laugh at me. I don't want to come on here. People going to think I'm nuts. They're going to think I'm shot out. Well, they did. And I'm still on here talking about what God did and how He didn't. And now we're growing. We're in the community. We're growing. And I thank God for that. Do you see that platform? You got 101 Boardwalk. You got all these wonderful locations, and people are being fed for food insecurities. You're bringing hope in your community. What if I'd have gave up and said, I'm not doing it? You know, and I just thank God for that, for plan, purpose, power, and strength around the world. You know, it's different. There's people calling, where's your church at? Where's it? Look on YouTube. If you want to know where the church is, it's limited to 3 people. We're looking for a pantry, and God is going to open the door for that. You know, I'm not worried about a pantry because I already know it's going to be. Would I go up and go? You doggone right, I'm going to get up out of here and go to that pantry if God give me one. Because He told me to go, not because nobody else told me to go. But if God tell me to go, I'm going. If He say don't go, it just will be an empty pantry. Because I'm not going. I'm not doing it. But when God tell me to do it, I got to go. I got to go. So I just thank the Lord for you guys. I wanted to give a shout out to Henrietta. Henrietta, I'm going to give you a call because I like to know where you're going. Because I was looking forward to next time I visit New Trenton, and I didn't have no business to take care of, and I'm coming just for a visit. It would have been nice to know that you moved and you're not there no more. So now I know. But I got to call you to make sure I know where you're going. God bless all of you. That's my aunt I'm talking to. And all of you for tuning in and just allowing me to come on and talk about such good things that's happening in our community. God bless you and keep us up in prayer. Hey, everybody. Tune in later.